And we are live Wednesday night with those guys. And Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
Those
those
guys.
What's up, everyone?
Pretty soon we're going to be a damn quartet.
And it worked this week, Lawrence.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I'm sorry about that. I go to Herman's page through mine because I have him as a featured on my page.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but I do.
Okay. Because I'm that good.
Huh?
Because I'm that dude.
Oh, shit. There it is. All right, here we go. I just muted it.
You just muted what?
What were you saying, Paul?
Hello to everybody. I just went over onto Herman's teaser page and it's not there, so that must mean I have to go somewhere else.
I'm sitting in the lobby right now. It says for watching. People will pop in eventually.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I'm still seeing the three of you standing in front of the backstop.
Oh no! Yeah. You got to go to his page or refresh. I went to his page and it showed it has a live.
And I got the same thing again.
It has a live icon.
Well, I don't know. When I open the show, it opens the window.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, as you as the host, you automatically get it.
Well,
I'm gonna go type it in and see.
Here's what I got right here. This is what I'm seeing on the screen right now. The chat room is empty. It says 6 watching, so eventually people will come in.
And you opened it from the page or from the alert?
I went to you, Herman, through my page.
Okay.
Because I know that link works. So I have you and Justin, Tim Jackson.
Here's what I got right there, and if I hit and refresh, nothing.
Okay.
That's why I use Chrome. Tim Jackson, how are you, sir? And have a great day at work. We appreciate you for popping in. Mia's Drone Adventures, JSK. How are you? Newfound Drone Productions. What's up? What's up? What's up? Anyway, if I seem a little giddy or a little sluggish, it's because I'm going through highs and lows. I've been up since 3 a.m. It's 5:02 p.m. and I'm about to go drink a beer. Carpenter Rick, what's good? What happened, Herman?
You'll be good.
I know.
Yeah, all right.
I know.
You'll make it.
I could eat some of that Australian candy I got. Dude.
Australian candy.
Dude, the sugar in those things should be illegal. Well, they make them in another country. Let's just say be glad they put the sugar amount and ingredients on labels here in the United States, because I ate a piece of candy.
Big shout out to Tim Jackson in Australia. How you doing?
Listening, yes, listening while driving. Night Train, what's up?
What's good, Night Train?
Night Train, good videos, man. Good videos. Try to put out one video a week and be consistent with it.
Hey, Lawrence, did you see what Mia said?
What happened? What is Mia saying? Woohoo, dropping a shot. Did I hear?
Who?
Okay, Mia, how about a swig and a drop? Because I'm not drinking any liquor this early. I didn't even have lunch. And so by dinner time, I'm going to be real hungry. Alcohol, empty stomach, not cool.
Cool.
David, Desmond Donders, and
Desmond Donders, how are you, sir? Tim Jackson, you have a great day at work, man. We're going to get you on here now. Tim Jackson, Paul.
Yeah, that's because he's.
By the way, Tim Jackson, Paul had mentioned that we should have you on those guys, and I agreed with him. And anyway, we blew it because he went on vacation and now he's on his way back. He's back at work already.
Yep, he's headed to work now.
Have a random show on a Friday, I'm thinking, and Herman should have it because Herman needs the watchtowers. Have a random show on Friday at about 5 p.m. because it'll be Saturday on Tim's time, and he can sit there in his PJs and have a coffee or whatever he does.
He parties on Saturday night there.
Yeah, but we'll be hitting him Saturday morning.
Yeah, but I mean Friday night. He after work.
That's not my problem. Yeah. He's on the live stream with a hangover.
Oh, he's on with Roger and Well, at the time when
Right,
he's
right.
with
He
Roger,
goes and hangs out with Roger and them. So,
but that's his party hour.
all right, all right.
But I
Listen,
mean, we'll see what happens.
listen. We welcome you, no matter how you want
Yep.
to come.
How you get here? Yep.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see
And if
what
you
happens.
can, if you can work it out, Tim, they'd love to have you.
So I'm gonna work it out with Herman that one day
Well,
we
set
do
up
a
set
random.
up the camera right there in your car and let's go.
Yeah, love my drones. What's up, Ed? How are you, sir? Great evening to you.
Desmond Donders is in the house. He just got his new Mavic Air 2.
What's up, Ed?
Congrats, congrats, congrats on getting your Mavic Air 2.
Yeah, I saw that David got his
See, Tim Jackson says, yeah, let's do it. We'll do a random. We'll do a rant. I'll keep you posted on Facebook, Tim Jackson. Definitely. Definitely keep in touch with you through Messenger. And I just have to choreograph it with Herman. And I have to make sure that I'm not doing nothing on the day, but we can make it happen really quick. All right.
So
I'm done. I'm going to get a beer.
you go get a beer. So Paul, what's else? What else is new, Paul? Any new ships? Well,
I get them here and there, but the problem is, Herman, is that I've been having trouble. I have a 0-turn lawnmower, a John Deere,
uh-huh.
and because I can't just go out and mow the lawn like you used to. And all of a sudden, it's been a sweetheart for a long time, like 7 or 8 years I've had it.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden now it looks like I'm fogging from mosquitoes. And
What's
so
good, EPR?
a friend of mine came over and he tried to help me get it fixed yesterday, just about killed me.
Mm-hmm.
And so the day I finally got the trailer out, hooked it on the back of the Tahoe, and me and I drug it over to the John Deere dealer, which is about 40 miles west of town. And we just got back at about 4:30. So
you got to let them check it out and tell you what's wrong with it.
yeah, they said, so we're running about 2 or 3 weeks right now.
Wow.
2 or
You
3
know how
weeks.
high the grass will be in 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, exactly.
Shit. That's rough. Grass could be out of control in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep.
Now, my question is either Paul, your camera is either tilted up or your chair is lower than usual. Okay, you were leaning on the desk. That's what
I was leaning on the desk.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. I just pay attention to detail like that.
But I can tilt it down a little bit if you would like.
Well, no, we can see all of your charming features quite fine.
I just there's my turkey neck now. See? Right.
Oh, stop, man. EBR, how are you, sir? Ed, let's borrow a goat, Paul. It's true. Hey, Ed, it's true. Here in New York City, they had goats mowing the lawns in parks. Right, Herman?
What it's called, rent-a-goat or what?
Well, yeah,
No, they had about 7 to 10
Well, the reason
goats.
why they did that was because the
poison ivy.
The poison ivy that was in the park.
Yes.
And goats can eat poison ivy.
What's up, Roger?
You mean it doesn't break out on their lips?
No. They can
eat it.
Yeah. So what they were doing, they would put like 7 to 10 goats in a fenced off area and a lot of signs saying, don't feed the goats. They have enough grass. And they did. And then after they mowed down the grass, they moved them to another section.
Wow.
Actually, they're so damn greedy that they had to lay a couple of them off.
Yes.
Because they were cleaning the park too quick.
Yep. Yes, Ed. No shit, Ed. If you know what? I'm gonna find a story and I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna try and find the story and put the link. Goats in.
I think that was Harlem River Park.
Riverside Park. Riverside Drive Park.
Yeah,
Riverside Drive Park.
Yep, that's where it was.
And I only know because I used to live in the neighborhood. So when they did it, here it is: goats in New York City. A photo: a herd of hungry goats turns New York City, Riverside Park. Yeah, this is the article right here. So I'll put the link in and you guys can check it out. And
but yeah, Paul, that'll work. I mean, Mia might not want to go outside, but
there you go, Ed. That's the story. That's the actual story.
Because if you think the skunk got us spooked, when she sees that goat, those goats out there, she's definitely not gonna go out.
Well, Roger,
Click that like button, guys,
Like,
please.
Paul, they eating the yard.
yeah, Roger's news this morning was, he had a skunk out by his house,
Right.
and the neighbor
Hold it,
gave
hold
him
it, hold on, Paul. Let's hold on a second. You sent Roger a skunk?
yes, and the neighbor has traps. So Roger set it last night,
Mm-hmm.
and he said there's something in there. I says, well, you got to go check it. Yeah, but so we talked him into live on his show. He went out, checked it, come back.
Roger went out there?
Yeah, he said
Get
it's
out.
a big skunk.
Get out of here. Inside the cage.
Yeah, well,
Probably spraying the whole area.
It's actually what they use as a tube. It's a white plastic, fiberglass tube.
Right. So it's dark in it.
Mechanism, because a skunk, if he can't see or if he's enclosed,
Right, he doesn't know where to. Right, he don't want to spray himself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's smart.
That would be interesting. Make the trap look like it's outside.
Yeah.
The inside.
And then earlier this week, I added to my scorecard here of menagerie. I had a fox come up.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the video you showed the other night. I was like, you know what? Paul's just got a
fox visiting now
over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm waiting to see a silverback running through the grass, beating his chest soon.
or
bison or anything wandering
or
up.
A cub bear or something,
A mountain lion.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a bison coming up in
Explicit. How are you, sir?
Or a cougar.
Paul's gonna have animals not native to his area.
That's what I'm saying.
Up in his yard.
Yeah, right. This is the place to go.
I make you famous.
Come free here. Kibble. Free kibble.
Lawrence, it'll get so bad that Paul will be sitting there watching the camera one night and a fish will just come flapping through.
Cheers, Ed. A fish will be flapping?
Yeah, this a fish will just become flapping through the yard.
A big one, too.
That's when it's time to pack up and move. Because now you know somebody playing.
I would have to agree with him, Paul. That's when you know it's time to get the hell out of Dodge. Something's wrong. Mother Nature's got, but I don't know what you did to piss off Mother Nature.
They got ghosts playing tricks on you.
David said it's the zoological gardens here.
So, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been able to get out and fly at all and put my beautiful face on the camera.
Yeah.
And talk to the people. Except for here. But you've been getting out, haven't you?
Yes.
You've been pushing out a lot of videos. I mean, you're not working as hard as Roger, but Paul, but you out there.
Yes, I have been getting in flights. I'm actually 2 weeks. I was telling you before the live stream, I'm 2 weeks ahead on videos. Mm-hmm. And the video that's supposed to launch on Monday, the one I did in 2 weeks is better than that one. So there's a dilemma: put out a mediocre video, or put out the better video.
Okay.
So,
but you know what? I didn't know, Lawrence.
What do you guys in the chat think I should do? Put out the better video next week and keep the lesser one, or put out the lesser one and then in 2 weeks put out the better video?
Put out the lesser one and then keep them coming for more with the hot.
Yeah. Because
tag the lesser one at the end. Say next week's even better.
Well, see what happened, Paul, is Justin and I went to the local park where we practice FPV in, and we hadn't been there since the hurricane. And there were a few trees knocked down. In fact, the same tree that snatched me out of the sky and took me 20 minutes to give me my drone back, that one got knocked over. So I don't feel bad for that one. But the other trees, like the tree that's by the water that I dive and I flip over, I felt bad for that one. So, but the tree that snatched me, and you FPV guys know it, They call them grab. What do they call them in FPV? There's a term for it, but you don't see it, and then all of a sudden you see like 2 or 3 branches with no leaves on it, like a hand, and just snatch you when you fly it.
Okay, I got
Ed knows. Ed knows. You've gotten. Hey, good evening. How are you?
you. Saying that
Akishero.
you saying the tree just grabbed you out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I was doing fine until a branch came out in front of me.
Hey, Lawrence, Mia votes to keep them in the order that they are.
Keep them in the order that they are. So next week's video, and I was telling Herman and Paul also, next week's video, the music track has a little profanity in it, but it's a boss screaming at the employee, and then the employee does a song or a rap about working all day, working all night. So it's something different from what I do. Go, that's it. EBR, ghost branches. Yes, ghost branches, because you could be flying and through a gap, and it's all green. All of a sudden, you see 3 brown branches or 2 brown branches come out of nowhere, and it's already too late.
You know what, Lawrence? I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Ghost branches.
That branch was there.
That's right.
It's always.
Let me explain something to you.
You just got.
I've been flying back and forth through there since I've been flying FPV, and this branch.
So that tree stuck out.
No, I didn't flip into it. I didn't flip into it or nothing. Maybe a storm loosened it or something.
I know the tree did like the tree went like.
Yep.
Yeah.
The tree just
Night Train and EBR. And Ed, will you, right, Bloody Scraggle, will you tell these guys you'd be flying someplace for months, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, a branch, you're cruising along the ground at 3 feet off the ground, you're doing it for about 2 weeks, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's a branch 2 feet high sticking out in the same path. And you're like, well, where the hell did that come from?
How long now has that happened?
Huh?
You said, how long does it take for that to happen?
I'm saying the guys, they know,
because sometimes the squirrels, they plant stuff in the ground.
Listen, Paul, you think you had a problem with animals?
Kids.
Herman had a squirrel go inside, ransack his apartment, and then leave.
Really?
Yeah, he came in through the window, and
even ripped his home, huh? Even ripped his plan out and threw that shit on the floor.
To the almond butter. So, but this was after he started the war with my plant outside.
Hey, above and beyond.
So I got his ass back though.
What'd you do?
Well, I put screens in the window, and then that's how I found out about the pepper flakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that pissed him off real good.
He was hopping and bouncing around, huh?
That and the spray that I got from the nursery that they told me to spray the place down with. And he stopped coming back over. I was going to put glue traps out for him. Gum him up real good. Have him running back to his house with them all on his back of his head and everything. Gonna lay him out like a mat. Once he steps on one,
Herbert told me
to get away.
He came in the house. You didn't
everything was thrown off the couch, all the cushions and everything.
There isn't any keys missing. He didn't get a key to the car.
No. Dude came in the window.
But Paul, stuff that was in the kitchen was in the living room, and I'm like, he got, from at the supermarket, right? You could make your own peanut butter and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
He got to the jar with the almond butter and busted open and just dug it all out. I'm like,
that must have been one big squirrel, I'll tell you that.
Yo,
eight sweet
how are you,
potatoes,
Jackson
eat a piece of the sweet potato, leave it, and then get another one.
Paul, when he was telling me that, I was in tears. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. The squirrel ransacked your house.
Don't you have
even pulled the plant out? He pulled the plant out the pot and threw it down.
I got him back though.
Oh my goodness!
Come on back.
I can see after that Herman says it's on.
It's not. You're not the only one, Paul, with animal adventures.
That's why I don't play them games. I was like, yo, get rid of them right away. Don't give them no chance to come back. When you see them down and limping, step on. Word up. If the other ones see them and suffering, they'll respect that and not come back.
Come on, guys. We got 20 watching and only 6 likes.
Well, Lawrence, you're familiar with that company, Percepto, right? We spoke about them before.
Mm-hmm.
And
I actually have
Kelly from Ready Set Drones. He interviewed a gentleman from Percepto when they came out with that security system with the drone in the box.
Yeah.
And they have these fully autonomous systems that'll, they have drone in the box for security that will sense anything in the perimeter of your property.
Right.
And this drone will deploy and notify you of the pinpoint precision of where this is taking place, where this intruder took place. We kind of covered a little story on that. What's up there, Tom? We covered a little story on that before.
What's good, Tom?
But Percepto happens to be a company from Israel, I believe they're from, yeah. And I just saw a little article on them that they were providing a drone to the FPL, the Florida Power and Light Company, or to do inspections, because what it happens is they're using this drone so that they can get FAA approval for BVLOS flight, for flight beyond the visual line of sight. This drone is fully autonomous and is equipped and integrated with a parachute for them to be able to even fly over crowds. Now, this drone, as I said, is FAA approved, and the name of it is the Sparrow.
Yeah, I actually have that queued up. If you want to show it, it's only a 36-second clip, and I have it queued up at 2 seconds.
Well, the Sparrow is their drone, but they've equipped it with a parachute.
Well, they're showing it. They're actually showing it now.
With the parachute testing?
This is the actual clip here, with no sound, of course, because we can't do that kind of thing due to copyright. But this is the actual drone itself, and they're going to kill the engines purposely so it can go into a free fall. And as you see, this parachute, unlike DJI's parachute, is bigger than the drone.
Actually, DJI doesn't make a parachute.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The parachute company, the parachute company that makes a parachute.
That one, they can actually use the drone afterwards with this one.
Yeah.
But this is integrated into their drone. This is not something that comes you can
with
purchase.
Their drone. Exactly.
This is not something you can purchase.
Oh, Hadley, how you doing?
What's good, Hadley?
What's good, Hadley? How are you, sir?
Now, it's funny. I was looking at some stuff here with this company, Percepto, and what was it? Back in, last year, Percepto was testing this fully autonomous flight on a 5G network. They had successful flight.
Yeah, they were using 5G over there. Well, Japan was also using 5G before us. We get all the old stuff.
Well, I'm just saying they've already tested it and used this thing. It's been proven. The FAA approves it for this BVLOS flight
for security purposes.
And
you're talking about the drone in the box, right?
But the Florida Power and Light Company is going to be using it for inspections because with all of the storms and stuff like that everybody worries about this time of the year. If you notice the drone news that comes up with these drones, all based upon what is necessary at the time, like with the COVID-19, everything was talking about rescue and safety and transporting supplies and stuff. Well, now with the
see what Tom put?
What?
He was saying the parachute must be repacked by the company in order to maintain BVLOS status.
Okay,
which makes a lot of sense. Therefore, you eliminate error.
Well, that would make sense. It's just like if you were using UPS is using Matternet, their airline service. Yeah, Matternet is also servicing that drone for UPS as well. So I mean, whatever keeps you flying.
Listen, if you can afford the drone, You could afford to have it sent in and repacked.
True. How highly likely? We hope not that the
Well,
parachute never be used.
Well, you would hope that it would evolve
at
into
Carrasco,
to a cartridge type situation
I'm
where
just going to call you Show from now on.
one
At
goes, you just
Carrasco.
take it, unplug it, and plug a new one in, and send
Show
it.
says a drone in a box. It's funny, Saturday Night Live. No, we're not talking about that in a box. This drone. I get you guys remember the Saturday Night Live skit, Blank in a Box. Okay. Drone in a box. We actually have footage of Percepto's drone in a box. When Herman gets to that part of the story, I'll
Well,
play
that
it.
was the actual part of the story, but it came up that Percepto is back, like I said, with this story about the Florida Power and Light. The first time we mentioned Percepto was when we covered the drone in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically the same Sparrow system that you were going to show in that video. You can show the video. It's the same Sparrow system what they were using for surveillance. Now, this drone here, it can be, well, like I
For
said,
security reasons, they
reasons.
set a parameter around your house, business, or whatever. And if something violates or breaks that perimeter, this drone will launch autonomously, okay, and go to the area that has been breached.
It also has thermal cameras.
Yes, yes, yes. So you can actually put it to work. You want to send, like they're showing it in an oil refinery here. So if you want to check a tank for cool points.
Now I showed you some of the footage from when they were developing this drone with its autonomous features and its what do you call that there? Artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's also using some of the video software, just like
Yes, yes,
Cydio.
it does. It does use NVIDIA software,
Yeah, just
and
so
NVIDIA makes some of the best graphics cards out there for low-end PCs. So I'm stopping it after this. But if you have an intruder trying to cut a wire or whatever, things like this. Now, what I like about it is I'd like to have one in my neighborhood. So as soon as the front gate rattles, this thing take off from behind the house and say, "Protected by Viper, move back."
Yes, Tom. That is one of the main things for waivers for flying over people is to be able to have that parachute.
Yeah, but if you guys want to watch the whole video, because we can't show the whole thing on here, so when Herman does become monetized, he won't get a copyright warning. This is the video right here. Take it and bookmark it or set it for watch for later. Come on, guys, click that like button if you already haven't. What's Tom saying here? The real waiver needed is for flight over people.
Well,
someday you'll be able to add this aerial security drone to your ADT account. Yeah, and someday you probably could do it now.
Well, it is its own ADT system.
Yeah, but you can see ADT coming and installing a drone in a box behind your house.
Well, could you imagine that?
Yes. Now, see, Paul, when we talk about Herman living out in the woods,
when you have an attached house in the middle of the city that like maybe 10 feet across is in front of your house and you're in the next to your neighbor's yard.
Remember we were talking about Paul Herman living in the woods and how he said he would clear out a 10-acre square and put up floodlights and everything? Well, he could do that and have drone in a box. Anytime a squirrel, anything rattled up against the fence, he could send it out. Or it would launch. Drone shots. How are you, sir?
Imagine that. What's up, drone shots?
Drone shots. How you doing?
Could you imagine that? The drone.
You look like you're tired, Paul.
Is yelling at a bear.
You all right, man?
Oh, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Drone's yelling at the bear to back up and get off the property.
Well, the thing you got to remember,
lay down on the ground.
Is officially now Herman is on the squirrel hit list. So just remember that.
Listen, I have no problems with the squirrels. I'll even feed the squirrels, but I'll feed them out there. They can't eat in here.
You're not inviting them into your house.
No. I don't even know why he came in the window after all these years. One of them just wandered in there. Probably was just a one, Because how I found out it was actually the squirrel paw was the next day, the son of a bitch came back while I was here and just jumped in the window. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
What do you do? Come in and sit down on the couch next to you,
That's
or
coming
what?
up.
No,
That's
I
coming
was
up.
sitting on the couch and he jumped in the window. And I was like, what the hell was that? When I got up, see, my living room was set up with a window. The back where the window is, there's two entrances to the kitchen. One from the back, from where the dining table is, and one entrance from the front. So I didn't know what it was, so I got up and went towards the front entrance of the kitchen and ran into him coming out of the kitchen.
Yes. Yes.
And he took
By the
off.
time he got to that part, Paul,
He
I was
took off.
already in tears because he's like, what the fuck happened to my house?
He ran back
Why
into
is stuff from the
jumped out
kitchen?
the window. What's
Hey,
up, Rick?
Ray, are you catching this story from Herman?
So yeah, that's how
What's
that
good,
went.
Ray?
fellas?
Herman's
good, man.
wrestling with the squirrels in his kitchen now.
But now,
This was a while ago.
Herman, I did have a little bit of news, but well, it's drone news, but it might be very, very good drone news because this will be the longest distance between drone and man ever controlled before. Because we did a story on the Mars helicopter. You remember the Mars helicopter? They said they're going to send a drone to Mars, and the reason that they want something that can fly is because the rovers are just too damn slow. It takes them days to cross a crater.
Young lady's name that named that thing. I'm trying to remember. Ponte was I think her last name. She won the contest with an essay.
Yeah, so they could name the drone.
But
exactly. Well, I have a clip of them finally a working version that they are probably going to send to Mars, and believe it or not, it's a two-prop drone. Now, the story I'm getting at is the Mars rover. The little box. Well, it's not a little box, but the box that they travel in and out of craters with. Well, that's about to die out soon. At least the very first one that they sent, and it takes days. They point at a spot on the map and come back days later and say, okay, we can come back in another 2 days before it gets to that point. Okay, but the reason they're coming up with this particular helicopter drone is because it can bunny hop. It can fly from across a crater as opposed to going in the crater, going around trying to avoid obstacles pretty much, and they'll be controlling it from Earth. But anyway, Hadley had showed me some footage before, and then I had reminded him, I had mentioned to him that Herman and I had did a story about it. Now, this is it here. And from what I can see, it looks pretty much like something you see in a store.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I mean, other than the 4 legs and the dual props, the top plate is a solar panel, so it actually charges while flying. And this will be the next rover we're talking about. My thing is, how will it hold up? Because Mars is supposed to have some windstorms or something to that effect. But that's pretty much the gist. That's pretty much the gist of it. Like I was saying, the Mars rover. Oh, well, they're showing. Hold on. They're supposed to be showing how it's supposed to deploy from the satellite, but to hell with that. I already cut it off. You guys get it. It will be one of the most expensive drones ever made on Earth, and it'll have the best distance record ever from Earth to Mars. Ain't nobody beating that. So I don't know, but I'm trying to be funny by saying you could talk about flying across the East River. You could talk about flying from Brooklyn to Jersey. You ain't beating this record.
So even forget about passing 400 feet. So you already in the hemisphere somewhere, huh?
Yeah.
You don't flying anymore.
But anyway, I'm going to put the video in because what it is, the rover.
So they're going to control it from down here, you're saying?
Hold on. This is what I wanted to point out. I'm sorry. I just saw the clip, the part of the clip. it's going to go up on a rover. It'll be a remote control drone from the rover itself,
So the
which makes it
rover
even
will be
better.
the box.
Hold on a second. I found the clip. Here's the clip right here. And this is what I the main part about it. The rover will literally drop it right there, and it'll go out and do other missions while the rover's making its way to wherever the hell it's got to go.
Well, the rover's hoping to get a few selfies.
Oh, well, you know they're gonna do that. But
Yeah.
Still say it looks like 4 golf pucks.
so this is supposed to be this is all CGI, of course, you know. All right, but they're not gonna show you exactly what it looks like, you know.
That's the same picture that they've been showing since day one.
Yeah, right. Just to get an idea.
Like 4 golf sticks in a basket with some propellers.
I know it, right. It does look like 4 golf putters, like they're on putters. It does. That's funny.
Exactly what it looks like.
Ray, what's good, man? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. I know you've been busy. Hey, what's up, AZ Drone Dude? Coast to coast. What's up, Bill?
Bill, what's going on, man? AZ.
How are all you guys? Please click the like button on the way in, so you don't have to remember to do it on the way out.
Coast to Coast is on tonight at 8:30.
Yes, he's on tonight.
Yes, he is.
He's on tonight. Him,
John Coopy.
yes. Well, John Coopy's on with him usually.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, yeah. John Coopy and Bill will be on tonight later on. And
okay.
The original Dobo will be on later on that night too, around 9, I think.
Yeah, he comes on a little later. He's an interesting YouTube creator because I see him on Twitter. On Twitter, you see his business. He does the real estate videos and stuff like that. Since he's been flying FPV, he's been incorporating that Sin Whoop stuff into his real estate shoots.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of good work. Has anyone seen what's going on between Original Dobo and Drone Worship? Because from what I understand, they're supposed to be having some boxing match. And one of the best comments I've seen out of everything posted about this boxing match is one guy says, how are you gonna have a fight? Is Drone Worship gonna lose 100 pounds? And is Ken Dono gonna put on 100 pounds and y'all meet in the middle? And I thought that was so funny.
You talking about a catch weight?
Yeah. So I don't know what's happening as far as the story. But it's interesting. I'm just starting to catch up with it. Can't wait to see the boxing match, Dobo versus Dan.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't know how true it is. All I can say is, for something like this to go down, I want to know what gym they're going to have it in.
Well, if you've been watching, what is that? DAZN? They actually sponsored, sanctioned a fight between 2 YouTubers before this coronavirus breakout, and they actually made a lot of money on it. People paid pay-per-view just to watch this thing.
Yeah, you're right. People paid pay-per-view for Tyson to knock someone out in seconds.
Who knows? A lot of people wasted money on those Tyson fights. Go in the kitchen to get something and come back to have to watch the replay.
Everybody go in the kitchen, turn your head and talking to your guy next to you.
That damn shows what happened with that Spinks fight.
Oh, man.
Spinks ain't never see that right hand coming. Damn. Sorry, Spinks. Game over.
Like, open up the door. Here it is. Bang. That was crazy.
You just see the look on his face like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to get up. But, Lawrence, you know how we've been talking about the FAA putting money into these colleges and with grants for them developing programs and UAS studies and things of that nature.
Yes.
Well, this Embry-Riddle Aeronautic University.
Embry-Riddle.
Yeah. Embry-Riddle Aeronautic University, along with Northern Grumman,
Northrop Grumman, yeah.
yeah, with Brevard Zoo has teamed up for this drone project that they're going to be monitoring and identifying sea turtles in Florida. This is interesting because they claim that what they would like to do is to be able to identify the different species of turtles and even their gender and their their unique markings and their behavior with the drone.
Right.
Now, what I thought was interesting was that they were going to use applied altitudes albatross UAV because it's capable of covering a lot of ground and it has a lot of it can stay in the air a lot longer than your average consumer drone or even some of these other drones that we have out there.
Right.
And when they spot these turtles, what they're going to do is fly the Matrice 210 into the area to get more precise photos so they can study these turtles.
Listen,
I thought that was an interesting story that they had.
If they can get in there without disturbing the turtles, that's a good thing. But I was looking at the same article, and I have it so that you guys can personally read it. But they were saying this year, as of July 31st, there's been 592 nests in that area, that Flagler County area, and a total of 857, including about 700 still incubating on the beach. So this is like a hot spot. There are so many turtles coming in and hatching overnight. The only way to do it is with a drone.
Right, and that's why
You
this
can't
thing
count
can
them because the people disturb it.
This thing can provide such crucial insight, for conservation. But what I like the most about it is that it was giving the students paying jobs to be able to do this.
Yes,
that's
the good part about it.
Getting their 107s and their degree in study in UAV. This is their start.
But this is an actual, I don't know if you remember me mentioning, but I had actually studied oceanography at one time. Now, how cool would it have been to want to be an oceanographer and be able to...
You studied oceanography, but you can't swim?
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
This is the guy that don't get his face in the shower.
It was the local high school. It was the only school in New York built on the water, and their major there was oceanography. For marine bio,
built on the water too.
For marine bio, we used to go out in boats out into Jamaica Bay to one of those little islands and start collecting samples, and then we would dig maybe a foot down and see what crustaceans we could find, all of that stuff. But yes, I studied oceanography and can't swim like a rock.
Here, Lawrence, Stuyvesant is built on the water too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about Stuyvesant. But
ain't nothing else over there, but it's out there on the water.
Oh, they're talking.
When they did the World Trade Center, when they dug out the hole, that's what actually created Battery Park City.
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Lawrence, on your story, but it's like all of a sudden, I was like, what did I hear right? Did I hear right?
Yeah, that's him. What? So yeah, they're gonna use these drones to get in there and study these turtles. And study the turtles.
Like the running of the grunion. Yeah, pretty much.
They're gonna go in and study the turtles.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the article. So if you're interested and want to read it in detail, that's the turtle drone article right there. And I can X out that window.
According to these people, right, the turtle is estimated to have been around for over 110 million years.
What happened? Ray looks so interested in me, as Drone Adventure says. Because
Yeah, this playoff count, Mia, so I think I'll get him a little love today, Mia.
That's Ray. He don't care. He just.
Let me hear what I'm saying, Mia. I give him some love today, but it's playoff basketball. And I told him this before this
Oh
line.
yeah. Basketball season. He all he hears
I'm on
basketball.
FanDuel, I'm making my money, Mia, and I'm watching the game through the mirror. So I'm here. I'm here.
That's true. I remember. What's up, Stevie Bronx? How are you? Capture Life Connections. Come in the door, click on that like button. You're 26 people watching right now, and we're not including the lurkers. He says he loves you, Ray. He sent a heart.
I'm bad. I'm bad, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And you know what else, Lawrence, about the turtles? All 6 species of the turtles found in the United States are protected by the Environmental Protection Act. So they're all endangered species. So
Wow.
you're not allowed to harm a turtle. So you guys that want to have turtle soup, you got to go overseas to have it.
Yeah.
Turtles, let me tell you something. You don't take care
That's
of them.
good, Stevie. Just shouting you out real quick, saying what's good to you. It's still early, 5:45, and
So
you do have one more piece of news.
no, that was it.
That was it.
That was
Well,
it.
wait a minute. But what about the drone that can fly without GPS?
What drone that can fly without GPS?
You sent me the link.
No, I didn't.
You sure? You sure?
Hey, Lawrence, I think you've been set up.
I covered everything that I sent you.
Hold on. Let's see. Now you're gonna make a brother go to Facebook. I got to go to Messenger and confirm this. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Herman, right there. Let's scroll. That's okay. FPL Sparrow. This drone goes where GPS can't. Yep. From Herman Green.
The one where it's showing you the development of the sparrow?
No. This one right here. Anyway, for those anyway, for those
Hey, Ray, are they like this out in the field too?
Nah.
We straight business, right?
Straight business. Everybody glued in, like
yeah.
Like nah.
See,
maybe at the powwow when we packing up.
Yeah,
that's different. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I was sent a video anonymously of a drone that can fly through obstacles without GPS. Okay. The clip basically speaks for itself. It shows the sensoring system that it has, and it's kind of interesting because now if you think about it, DJI drones that have APAS and all of that can fly in and around, they still connect to GPS. This drone right here does not connect via GPS, and that's what I like.
They don't need the GPS for the APAS though.
Right, because it's relying on its sensors. But this drone,
are you talking about the drone that was on the list with the videos with the development of the sparrow?
He's still on it.
See.
Well, you'd have to do a lot of color correction there, wouldn't you?
Well, no. That's how it sees, Paul. They're showing how the drone sees the light, the path area, the lit area is supposedly, if you see the red bar, it's staying it's following the path. It's actually following the path. So provided the path doesn't go anywhere, see, it's even flashes over the water. So if you look at it where it's smooth at, it's literally following. My thing is, I haven't seen it go up or down to avoid a branch, which leads me to believe it does look like it's staying at one stable height.
Doesn't have to go up or down.
Yet.
The path.
But Herman has got to stay away from them ghost branches because they'll reach out and grab.
That's right. Ghost branch will grab you.
What this here is showing you was that we were talking about the video software. when I was telling you, if you look, this video is in the list of the videos that show
And
when they were
by
doing
this
the
is
development, when they were doing the development on the Sparrow.
right.
That was one of the videos that was in their
But
list
the
of videos.
graphics company, Ed and hey Furball, Nvidia, the graphics company, the fact that they have something to do with this is saying a lot, because these graphics companies, these graphic card companies that build stuff for computers, why wouldn't they put something in a drone?
Well, like I said, I bought one of their tablets that they made for this video game system that they have for for your little home personal use, and it was just like the Nintendo thing. I don't know what's happened to it. I think it's discontinued since then. But the tablet works great, man. I've been this is the only tablet I've used since I switched to my phone from my
Well,
phone,
it
and
must be
I've never had
discontinued.
a problem.
It must be discontinued because I've seen people offering to pay as much as $1,000 for one.
Yeah, for the tablet that Herman had.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is overseas.
Mhm.
This is
And they find
overseas.
them over here because, and they didn't even come out with one after that.
Yeah,
Might be
exactly.
able to
And
find
for it
one
to
on
be
Amazon for
and
like
for it to be in
300
the
or
top
something dollars.
three, but for it to be in the top three worldwide of tablets, that's hard. Not even just to do in one country, but worldwide, the top three, it was in the list of for
And it's funny
tablets.
because it's not even on the DJI's recommended list, but it works great, man. I've tried using the Samsung tablet and nowhere as good as this.
All about the processing speed, man. That's what it's all about, man.
That processor in that tablet is great.
Mhm.
And for it to come out when it came out and for the price,
Yeah.
3 years now you had it? 4 years?
going on 4 years.
And the battery's still good and everything. Everything's fine.
Yep.
That's because you take care of your stuff. You don't do like some people and take their tablet and plug it in and leave it plugged in until they need it.
All night. Oh
All
no.
night. You heard, until they need it.
Well, good thing these new devices, they shut them off for these numbnuts now. Because once they charge now, all these new devices, it stopped.
Yeah, they stopped charging.
Yeah. As of lately, you're right about that.
Supposedly, your DJI batteries do that too.
They do.
It uses a vision-centric localization algorithm to navigate. See, now Tom is talking Chinese to me, but it makes sense. It's basically using a program to search the ground in front of it, like a blind man swinging a cane.
Like I said,
As long as you feel smooth road,
shooting the
it's-
beam.
Right. I get it. I mean, I just like I was looking at that and I thought that was crazy. Like
well,
I remember I had told you, like with drones like Skydio and them, that was gonna revolutionize the drones that we see and use in the future.
yep, and it's
Things
already
being
happening.
able,
And
even as you fly straight, if there's something like that ghost branch you were complaining about, the drone might just slide away and just like, oh, I'm going here, oh, I'm getting
but
out that way.
you know what? In came the fad and out it went, because I don't hear nobody talking about Skydio right now, except for
Because
action.
you see, a Skydio for it, and it's for its face value, is still in infancy. Like I said to you, that drone, what you see, don't look at it from face value. Look at what is
You can do.
actually happening there.
Yeah,
That's not going to stop there. It's going to evolve, and that kind of software is going to be in all drones of being able to avoid this. We watched a video where they had a drone, and they were actually throwing a ball at this drone. The drone is hovering.
yeah, I remember.
The
I remember showing the
drone is
video.
just like sliding out of the way of it.
I remember. Yeah,
This is the future where these things are going, and they have to.
no, the future is when it catches it and throws it back at your ass.
Well,
Or
you put the deflector shields up.
Deflector shield or something, or hit it with a laser and it pops back at you. That's when you know it's time
I
to
just hope
change it.
I'm hoping I'm not here anymore when drones are shooting at each other in the sky and
Yeah, me
people are
too.
scrambling on the street for a turkey leg.
Oh, you're muted.
Wait till
Yeah.
they start shooting at at the guys on the ground. I mean, it's
Well, they're already doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about like you're standing there in the controller and that drone whips around and says, no, no, no.
Well, how are you, Mikey? What's going on?
I just hope I'm not here when that time comes, Paul.
Yeah.
It's all right, Mikey. Listen, you don't ever have to explain for not being around. People have all the other lives outside of YouTube.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hey, Robert, what's good, man?
Rojo, Red Drone.
Yeah, Philly Drone Life. What's going on? I see you still trying to get that Mavic Air 2 to drop from the sky.
Oh, Mike's all right. I was in on his live stream the other night listening. Yeah, him and
Ron,
yes. Ron, I forget this gentleman's name. Ron's a nice guy. Ron is there to kind of
calm down, Mikey.
Yeah. Pass him a glass of warm milk to slow him down a little bit every now and then.
Pass him a glass of warm milk with a pill in it.
Take the coffee from him.
Yeah. See, he won't drink the milk. He'll think something's up. But if you hand him a coffee, he'll drink that. I know Mikey drinks coffee. So that's all right, though. No, Mikey, because of Corona, we haven't been to Philly. And now I fly FPV. I'm dying to freaking go somewhere.
You heard him, right?
I heard him.
All right.
I heard him.
You heard him, right? That's it. It's official. It's official. No more camera drone. He is
Stop.
I'm coming, Mikey. I'm coming, Mikey.
Full-fledged
I promise you, Mikey.
FPV.
Stop it, because my next main flight, I plan on taking my Mavic Pro with me to fly FPV and use the Mavic Pro to try and combine something.
Bye, Mia. Have a great night.
Have a good evening, Mia.
All right, later, Mia. Yeah, he's full FPV.
Ron gets lost in the convo sometimes, Stevie says. Well,
he said it right here live on Those Guys, Wednesday night with Those Guys.
So how the foot come along?
It's all right. I mean,
Are you trying to stand on it like your doctor told you?
Hell no. He said when I go to therapy.
Right.
Oh. Okay. All right.
I'm doing the exercises that he told me to do. That shit got me on fire.
Just making sure.
You gotta let them tendons and them nerves wake up, baby.
Yeah, that's the problem. Them tendons
waking up. The sad part is, Ray, he sits out there on top of his drone case waiting for somebody to come pick him up and take him to go fly.
But I can't stand up, so how am I going to fly?
Sitting down. They sit down when they fly. Some people, when they fly FPV, they sit down.
Yeah, at the park, you know how they sit at the park benches, and
I like to turn and
so when his head is in the hood, he can't see who kicked his foot.
Yeah, what they just said. That's my thing. You got to face the drone.
I like to turn and face the drone, at least every now and then.
That's true.
Once in a while, at least. You know?
Yeah,
so you can keep your eye on it.
Every time you see me, my drone is that way. I'm never gonna be.
I have to get a swivel chair out there with me.
Yeah, right. You need one of the chairs that spin around like this one I'm in.
Yeah,
there you go.
Come on, man, hang out. Yeah. So we're supposed to go back to that Bay Park out there last time. I had a barbecue. It's a perfect tree right there with a shade on it. You know the tree, Herman.
Well, you know that spot where we went right there by Greenpoint Playground.
Yeah.
Where they putting up that new NYCHA building.
Yeah.
That's where Five Boroughs got a meetup over there.
On Sunday. This Sunday.
I was over there the other night. I finished up some of that building, some night shots over there with the air. It's a lot different over there from the last time we was over there, bro.
Because I know, I believe
but half that
the man went over there and got some shots.
You're going to run into a bubble over there.
Lawrence Boy went over there and got some shots.
Yeah.
Who?
Your boy. He went over there and got some shots.
Oh.
And
now he my boy.
Hey, Lawrence, another great shot for you to take.
I met him through you.
Would be the goat in the park thing.
Matter of fact, I met you through him.
some aerials of that, the goats in the park.
Huh. Nah. And what did they do with the goats? Did they take them back to the farms yet? Or
What goats? The ones from
ones
the
in
park in
Harlem.
Manhattan? Yeah,
The
they
ones
got
in
them
Harlem.
last year.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
That's
been took them back because I
yeah.
told you I had to lay some of them
That's
off
right.
because
That's right. That was an old story. That was
they were
last year's.
they were eating too good, and they were mowing their way through the parks. And I had to take them off.
Capture Life. You're asking, am I going to the meetup this weekend?
Yeah, you
That's
going? You going? Huh?
that's I
Going?
don't I don't know. I
Up in
don't
the
know.
air.
There's a lot of personalities and stuff you have to deal with just to want to fly.
Well, here's the deal, Lawrence. Let me know if you're going. What time is it?
What time is the meetup? I'll pull it up now on
8
Facebook.
o'clock.
Give me
It's 8 o'clock.
at eight in the morning.
Yeah,
In the
Matt said
morning?
8 o'clock. Yeah.
So y'all going out there to disturb them people's sleep.
For you? Thanks.
You going, Ray?
I'm not no 8 o'clock. If I go out there, it's gonna be about 12 o'clock, and half of them probably gone.
Lens capture. Tom, Stevie, you guys going to the meetup on Sunday?
You know what? Y'all don't plan meetups. Y'all plan sneak outs. Because if I gotta fly at 7 o'clock in the morning, if I gotta fly at 7 o'clock in the morning when that means that you trying to get out of your house before your wife wake up.
Yeah.
That's all that means to me.
Or you coming from work or something.
Right.
Well, as of
Those ain't meetups, those are sneak outs.
they're not meetups, they sneak outs.
That's funny.
Politics, LOL. Yeah, it is at 8 a.m. You know what? I will say I would like to go. It's just that particular area. I don't know.
Well, you flew over there before.
Come on, you know for yourself. After you get
that
3 or
shot-
more Mavic Pros together, can't nobody else fly.
That shot is tempting, Lawrence, to orbit around the building and slide up to the penthouse. Just make sure you get up high before you get
No,
behind
see,
the
if I did do that, if I
Yeah.
did do that, I would dive the building.
Just
I'm
get
not
up.
talking about running after a drone like you did.
Just get up higher as you coming around behind the building, or move out into the middle of the street.
Paul, hey Paul,
Yeah.
Ray and Matt said they didn't know Herman could move that fast.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And the sweat was just pouring behind him while he was running, like, yeah.
It went to black.
He was out. I'm like, okay. And me and Matt said,
And all I seen was a drone headed towards the building, and it just went out. I was like, oh,
you lost
dude.
video, right? That's what
Paul, he got a little behind the building and lost its signal.
Paul seen it.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Oh man, when all it did was I seen the thing turn and look at the building. I'm like, okay.
Thank God.
I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean return to home? And it's headed to the building. I'm like, oh shit.
Stevie said he might go, but he might not even fly. See, I happen to know. Hey, what's up, Geeks? I happen to know for a fact, after going to several meetups here in New York City, I'm not even with Fireborough, but in general, if you have 3 or more Mavic Pro, Mavic 2 series drones, nobody can fly. Nobody can. I mean, now they fly 5 and 6 guys deep. Some guys have Evo, some guys have other drones, but they be having mad video issues and stuff. So I think that's to go either early or go afterwards would be even better.
Just go over by the bubble, well, where they set up the tennis bubble by McCarran Park and fly from over there.
Now, see, that's doable. And if that's the case, I might as well dive the hotel over there.
Dive the city bank.
What's up, Mikey?
Hey, put some clothes on, man.
I know. I just woke up.
This is an adult show here.
I'm sorry. Give me a minute.
This is an adult live stream. You come in here.
The place where people have their children and where their wife sleeps.
I couldn't fly one time at Coney Island because too many people were up. Exactly. Captures Stevie. FYI, if you've noticed, when you go to any meetup anywhere, if there are 3 to 5 drones in the air, you're wasting your time. All those radios are screaming me at their highest frequency, at their strongest frequency.
You know how you do a 5-borough meetup?
You
You
wait till
come in.
everybody leave.
No, you come in, either you fly early,
Wait till everybody leaves.
and then you come in when everybody else coming in, and you give everybody a pound, and as you walk by, you get everybody to say what's up, you know, time to see,
And
and
you're
you head
leaving.
right back to your car.
And you're leaving, right?
I said I'll be there at 12 o'clock.
That's see, because the guys have these meetups on Sunday, right, Paul?
I keep.
During the football season.
Oh,
And I am not missing the 1 o'clock kickoff.
Well, you know what I mean about this basketball.
Right.
Like, you got
So I would get out the car with the drone,
What happened,
make my
Mikey?
round through, and
Talking to
straight back
Geeky,
to the
I'm a-
car and leave.
Now, I remember I did that last year, but I brought my TV with me so I could watch some pre-game before the 4 o'clock game. I'm not missing totally, you know, now.
Now, if it's a place I really want to fly, I'll get there and get a flight in and get out of there.
Yeah.
Hey, B Mac, what's up? How are you?
Then
What's
so
going on?
Michael, you look like you're busting to tell everybody something. What are you up to?
No. First, I want to apologize. You guys are the only guys. Let me just tell you, there's a lot of trolls out there, guys. Did you ever be? I mean, I'm getting attacked, but I'm just sleeping. What I'm trying to say is, you ever just like you get into a chat and you miss somebody, you're saying hello, and you're just like, oh, the freaking things
you
are
do
flying
it
by.
to me all the time.
Yeah, you miss a person. And then you go back and the person go, oh, who's he think he is? Oh, he's a big freaking star now. He won't say hello. Oh, you know, whoa, now he's got 2 more subscribers. Oh, he's big time. I just missed your name. Forgive me. What the fuck? Oh, I'm
You by yourself. They got several guys watching the chats over here. So
yeah.
You know, that makes sense.
listen,
Hold on
listen,
real quick. Tom says, by if you're trying to get there by noon, by then the Lord will be getting the complaints from the
from the marble people. See, I'll be dolo. I won't get that far. But listen, what I wanted to say, one thing, and Alon just mentioned that, and then Herman had this issue. This guy got to do something, because nowhere in the world I can't fly my Maverick 2 next to Herman with that V2, and he's getting problems. You see, that's an issue like that they need to address. And then Lawrence just said about too many drones around, Maverick 2s around, and get issues like
3 or more Mavic 2 birds, whether it's the Zoom or the Pro. If there are 3 or more other people want to fly, it's really hard. You get video breakup, everything.
John was the one that brought that to my attention, that's what that was. Why the signal keeps flashing. He's saying there's other OcuSync drones and other Mavics and stuff like that around. Yeah,
in the area, yeah.
They clap.
Every radio is screaming, save. There's 5 of us on the panel right now.
And that was weird.
Right,
yeah,
Mikey? 5 of us on the panel right now.
Supposed to be spitting off their own frequency, even though they're on the same GPS platform, but he's spitting a different frequency. So listen, I asked the guy from DJI about that. You know what he said to me? He said, tell your guy with that V2 to send it back. I meant to tell you this about a couple of months ago. He said, because there should not be an issue. And he said, I don't care what nobody tell you, so it should not be an issue you flying next to another person with OcuSync 2. Should not be an issue. They designed these drones where people fly together. And you know, there was an issue, right, and they corrected that. This is something wrong with the transmission of that bird, he said. Wow. That's what the guy said to me. Because I fly with guys, with another guy with a V2 with Matt, and I've never had an issue. And
how many,
if you think about it,
one guy or more than one? So
one guy.
Ray, if you think about it, that night it was me, you, Herman, and Matt. None of us had any problem.
You ain't got no OcuSync 2 though. You speaking about
OcuSync. Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking
about me and Herman has OcuSync 2.
So y'all had a problem.
Herman didn't say nothing to y'all. He said, Ray, move away for a minute. Like basically get the hell out of here. You know. And then it got clear for him. Then I'm like, wow, that's strange. But I asked the guy because I was like, I fly with this guy, and I don't want to be like have to be up the block and I can't fly next to him. So I'm like, what's going on? So he was like, something must be wrong with the transmission. You know, he said he needs to send it in. I was like, but I forgot to tell you. So I'm like,
All I know is there's no reason in the world that 5 of us should be flying. If Paul had a Mavic 2 and you had a Mavic 2, Ray, and you had one, Mikey, and Herman and I are flying Phantom 4s or whatever, every one of us should be able to fly.
Yeah,
It used to be like that back in the day before they started updating the firmware every other month.
Or the guys not updating the firmware, or they're not.
Or the guys that don't have updated
firmware. Or they're not updating the firmware. Let's keep that right.
You're right. And let me tell you something, guys. I'm having an issue too with exactly what Ray just said about not updating the firmware. The Go4 app, I mean, you know what I do. I go live from my drone. And all of a sudden, you can't go live. You can't go live from the freaking drone. And it ain't 1,000 subscribers. It's a line of code that they forgot. They simply just missed it. And I looked up the code, even had a programmer come into my channel and say, hey, listen, I'm a computer programmer. That message was sent to DJI a year ago to address.
Tom says something crucial. Tom says something very crucial. It has to do with the proximity of the radios, which is true because if you walk past me with your radio and I'm standing here and you walk past me, Mikey, you're going to interfere with me because your radio's screaming and you're walking through the beam that I'm.
Yeah, except the problem is, Lawrence, is that with auto switching, it should automatically just.
That's what I'm saying. I can't comply with that. I can't get with that, though.
I agree.
I can't get with that.
I agree.
This thing's on auto. When you leave it on auto, it's constantly switching. It's not staying on the same frequency. Just like the cell phone, just like a house phone. If you get blocked, it's going to switch the channel.
Well, I'm going to tell you something.
If they have it on dual. If
that's why I keep mine on auto. Keep it on auto.
Gotcha.
But I have not tried it. But if you take a drone and lock it on one frequency and you lock another drone on a frequency and you lock it, that might secure your signal.
That might be a workaround.
But with it on auto, every radio is screaming at its maximum power on auto.
It never showed an issue in the movement of the drone, just on the screen, on the bars. Yeah, that's where it only showed the issue. It never showed any issue in the flying and the movement of the drone.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like the screen never glitched out or anything like that. It just showed like that's what
just the HD flag.
And it switches just like that.
Yeah.
It goes away. Boom. Just like Mikey flying the other night. You went up, you blocked out right away, it came right back.
Yep.
It's gonna happen. These are packets on these phones, just like a cell phone. The packets gonna drop. I don't care what bird you got, what tablet you got. You're gonna hit a site and it's gonna knock you out, depending on the power of the drone you have, the transmission system. What's the new one? What 120 megahertz now? 100
Big Matt said you have to face the way you're flying, right, Ray?
Exactly. And that's the way I stay at all times. As I just said that 20 minutes ago, you'll never see my drone over there, and I'm facing this way.
That was the day we were at the hotel.
Yeah, I don't play that game because how are you gonna get signal?
I did that the other day, guys. I did that the other day. I was pointing right, and I got lost. I was flying. I don't even know where. Well, of course I could see the drone, but when I finally really could see the drone, it was a mile in the other direction, and I was pointing this way. I went, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then Mikey, and when you're on your block, you take down from the street, blocked by buildings and everything. That's crazy, Mike. Yeah.
But it still had reception.
What's up, Global Drone?
I'd be surprised with all that interference down there. I say he'd be having signal.
Yeah, I'm amazed every time I see Mike fly because that's like being in a canyon.
This guy.
But anyway, yeah. So please, DJI, I know you watch his show. Please fix that one little line of code.
Mikey,
the little line.
Here's a question for you. Here's a question, Mikey.
They need to have that working.
They're about to shut drones down. I'm telling you, I got another little link. That if you don't update, I don't know if it's going to be this new Mavic 2 update or the next one. If you don't update, guess what? The drone ain't going to start.
Oh no!
Because they were
that was inevitable.
They're implementing that remote ID, and it's going to be in all those updates. You have to do the update.
Yeah.
If you don't do the update, your drone will not start.
Because they're searching for guys that are using hack software.
Oh, you think? Really?
Updates.
Wow.
They already said it.
And Mikey,
If you listen to their answers to that search that was done by the oh shit, what the hell is the name of that company? Just that French company that did the search on did the report on the Go4 app, and then now they supposedly did their
Parrot, not Parrot.
on the no, Parrot's not the one that did it, but it's a French company that did the research.
Okay.
It's curious to know why they did the research, but they did the research on that and found that the nonsense that they claim to have found. And DJI's answer when it came to them about the bypass and why the bypass was put in, DJI was doing that. Basically, what it is that, like I said before, when we were talking about this, Android already knows that this happens. This is why Android gives you the choice of being able to shut that off and turn it on, to where that you can only upgrade when you wanted to upgrade and not have those bypass come past the
where Apple does the update whether you want to or not.
No.
Go there. Don't go there.
You have to agree to all updates.
You can set up to do your own manual updates and auto updates.
You have to agree to all updates.
Yes, right. Okay, that's what you have to agree. But you don't have to do the update. When it pops up, you don't have to do it, but you have to agree.
No limit drones just updated.
DJI was looking for hacked software. Is what they were trying to.
No limit software they was using. That's
right. So now what happens is with DJI is saying that if you're not using the up-to-date software, eventually they will lock you out because it's considered as hack software.
Right, hack software, yeah. And the drone could be considered also dangerous as well.
Now, the one thing that guys
Tom, have a good evening.
All right, Tom.
Okay, Tom, catch you later. Well, guys I've listened to guys mention stuff about geofencing and geofencing and geofencing and geofencing. Yeah. And one of the things that was mentioned by DJI as well was that if you're buying these drones for company usage, you know, your company can apply for the geofencing bypass, where from the time you purchase these drones, there is no geofence.
Nope.
You know, but guys buy the drones once again off the shelf and then take them out there and use them for their business, and they've never applied for these things with DJI.
So you're saying there's an update that's coming out soon that we're going to have to update to. One of them forced it. If you can't fly unless you update.
But this they put something else in it that they're going to say, oh, we got a new update for the camera. You're going to jump on that for the camera.
Right.
Hitting, you got that update in there.
Yep.
I'm telling you, bro, this is what I was told.
And what is it going to do? What is it supposed to do? Is it
well, Mikey, starting December 31st, Mikey, of this year, December 31st,
right?
They're going to start testing remote ID in the United States.
Okay.
So
if you didn't update in the last year, that means you're not in that. You don't have it in your zone, so they're going to lock you out.
Okay, so hold on, guys. Let me understand this. So I update. Okay, I have to update. So I update, and now what? How does it change my drone? What's going to happen now?
Well, I don't know how it'll change your drone. I don't know what's in their update. I don't know.
Can I still fly the way I want?
All I'm saying is that when these drones get their updates,
right,
and when the next update comes out, is what he's saying is
remote ID code will be implemented.
I do know that
they don't know where I'm at.
As far as remote ID is concerned, all they're asking
already
you to do is to stay connected to an internet.
Right, which DJI already has.
Now you don't necessarily have to fly that way now per se, but they do want you to be connected to a Wi-Fi signal constantly.
At a minimum, Wi-Fi might be or cellular.
Here was what my issue was with that. And I've always had this issue, and I will always have this issue. I don't care what anybody else says. You cannot accuse DJI
Hey,
of taking
Albuquerque.
information and accepting information from people via Wi-Fi, and the only way to stop that is to stop them from broadcasting on a Wi-Fi signal and allowing them to have your location.
Right.
Now you can fly without that, but now the United States government under the FAA wants you to have that on, which leaves you open for these things to happen.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm just curious to know how you would complain about it for one guy, but accept it for yourself.
Well,
You just invited the world's largest security breach when you do that. If that's what if your main concern is with that with DJI, well, that's what you're asking for by asking for us to do that.
Yeah. It's gonna change though.
That's all I would say. I don't have a problem with remote ID. I think we need it. I think it's necessary. And if you're gonna have drones delivering stuff, you know, flying around in the sky and doing some of these things that you want to do with them, you're
right.
gonna need those those traffic management systems. With that being said, at the same time, like I said, if this is an issue when it comes to someone's product, which I let you know that what everybody was crying and complaining about, which was fixed with DJI, most of these photo sharing apps that you use out there is doing the same damn thing.
Not most, all of them.
So I don't understand why everybody's crying about that. You agree to these things with almost all of these apps.
I'm going to tell you right. Hey, Logan Carpenter, how are you?
You know, I don't
Let me
understand
explain
why
something to you right now.
Everybody got an Uber Eat or a DoorDash.
Right. So why do you need to have access to
Everyone has a Gmail account too.
Some Chinese food.
Everyone has a Google account too.
Google running everything. Google's running everything.
Yes. So when you sign up for that new $1,000 cell phone, okay, to have that cell phone, it tells you in the TOS, terms of service, in order to use this phone and its services, you must agree to certain documentation.
What we all do.
You must agree to certain documentation. And if you want, feel free to read it. They don't tell you it's 1,500 pages long.
What we do.
What do? You go past it, and now they're getting smart, Ray. They have it so that you can't just hit accept. You got to scroll down. Now
right.
you know.
And then you got to hit the check button. Then you got to hit the check button. And then
Yep. So when you activate your cell phone, any cell phone, you're already telling them that you're agreeing to let them do what they want with your information, your personal information.
Yeah, I know that.
Apple don't do that. Apple ain't giving that up. So I ain't gonna say that part.
That's true.
Apple ain't giving that up. Apple they went to court on that.
On what?
Giving up personal information. In fact, there was a murder, and through the iPhone, somehow the microphone recorded the murder, and they will not release this recording. Apple will not release this recording.
Well, what's supposed to actually happen with your remote ID and your drone? Actually, say your drone is like we talked about drone sightings. What's actually supposed to happen is to your immediate law enforcement agency or to that law enforcement officer.
Hold on, someone's
all they're supposed to find what they're supposed to see is yes, that is a properly registered drone. He's legal. Boom. That's it. But if you're not, then you will not show up as such.
Right. Logan Carpenter, I'm going to answer your question. He wants to know, does it cost for remote ID or you can just sign up?
Right now, Logan Carpenter, we won't know until December.
Logan Carpenter, as of December 31st, any drone produced anywhere in the United States, outside of the United States, or coming into the United States must have some type of remote ID system already in it. So you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it now. As far as FPV, from what I understand, the remote ID chip that they're talking about is going to average somewhere between $15 and $30. Don't quote me on that, but that's the number they're looking at because most parts vary in FPV from $15 to about $50. So if they make it from about $15 to $30, you'll take this remote ID chip and put it in your drone, and as long as you're connected via Wi-Fi and or cellular service, you will create your own network. Now, if you're flying without this chip in your drone, or you disable the one in your camera drone, whatever happens, you will be considered a rogue pilot.
Well, the drones that you're flying right now, if you're flying DJI or telling these drones already
Have that
submit a
capability.
signal.
They
They
broadcast.
already
Yes.
broadcast. Now, the only thing that is going to be different for you flying those drones on the remote ID is that you must be connected to a Wi-Fi signal throughout your flight.
Right. Now, in the event that there is
Glance
not,
approved and
go
go
ahead.
and have
I've
a
been doing
Wi-Fi
that for
signal all
years.
the time.
well, in the event that you do not have a Wi-Fi signal or a
Like they
cell
already
phone
know who
signal,
you are.
they're going to suggest you try to connect via Bluetooth, which they are already installing on most flight controllers in FPV.
But Bluetooth ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Yeah, but it still gives you that little bubble. The Bluetooth
Hey,
may
that's true.
be 100 feet or 75 feet, but you
Right. I got
right,
you.
but you're still identifying yourself.
Right.
That's all they want.
Yeah, got you.
No law-abiding drone pilot will be involved in those swarm sightings. Same as gun laws, they do not apply to illegal activity. Albuquerque,
No.
this is
But
very,
you
very
see,
true. But
the thing about it is that it'll at least you'll know that that drone is not illegally registered and it's not a legal flight.
right. So for a perfect example, Herman and I flew in Brooklyn. You remember we went to the hotel over there, um, that 4-star hotel to fly it. Well, a drone went flying over our head, and me and Herman were like, "Holy shit!" Luckily, we were down on the ground packing up. Now, had this drone flew over, you might have been able to pull up an app or identify it. And that's what it's all about. Someone flying into your airspace, you're flying into someone else's airspace. And also considering the fact that they're introducing drone delivery, you better identify yourself.
Well, what it would have actually been good for, and actually the one thing that I find that off the top is good with remote ID, is that when we spoke about this the other day about drone sightings. A drone sighting is when a drone is flying and someone sees it and reports it to the authorities.
Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
I don't care what the drone is doing. I don't care if the drone is doing
And
something for a
provided
good
it is a
reason.
drone,
I don't
provided it
care
is a
if the
drone.
drone is there doing something malicious. A drone sighting is a drone sighting. It's just when someone sees a drone and they report it. But at least now the police will be able to tell, hey, Granny, step aside. It's legally flying.
Yes, that's true. For those people that say, "Oh, he's looking in my window."
Hey,
No,
he's
he's
legally
not.
flying.
No, he's not. He's flying
But
legally. He's
also,
following,
they're gonna also,
and
if
we
you
can
report-
identify the pilot.
how about this? If you report somebody, it's gonna be a screen gonna pop up to tell the people who's reporting it the rules, so they don't go out making no false coming out on people. They should know that, okay, you're making the rules. Do you know the rules? If you don't know the rules, how can they let them just make false claims? The
You remember,
waste people and police time come on a
you
bogus
remember when DJI introduced that little questionnaire before you flew?
Yeah.
They did an update, and you had to answer those 10 questions, or else your bird would not take off, right? And
see,
they
that's
even
what they
cheated
don't do that.
they even cheated and gave you the answer sometimes. But this is where they're going. And Mikey,
Yes.
believe it or not, when you ask, will you be able to fly the way you want?
Hey, Liz.
Yeah.
Yes
Well,
and
what I was
no.
gonna ask, what constitutes
The
a
views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel tonight. I need to get that out there, but you will be able to do certain things and you will not be able to do certain
But the
things.
reason I say that is because
Pick
Herman
every one.
said they just want to see that you're that you're registered and it
Yep.
constitutes
Yep.
a legal flight. But
Yes.
how much further are they going to go? Because I'm getting warnings. You're approaching the height limit. You're approaching the distance limit.
Well, think
Are they
about
gonna
this. You
then-
have a 300, Mikey, you have a 300-pound, 350-pound drone carrying a Snicker to Ray's house at 7 o'clock at night. All right. They want to know where the hell you are.
No, they could. But are they going to limit me? That's all I care about.
Words,
You're limited now. You're limited now.
Well,
What's
the
the
thing
problem?
is, the thing is this: they want accountability. Hey,
What more do you want, man?
I'm good with the limits they put on me. I'm happy.
It's just about accountability. That's all it is. It's about
Okay,
accountability.
Well, I don't have no
said,
problem with that.
Like I said,
Hey,
it
Jay.
cuts down on a lot of nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, here's a drone flying by. Okay, that's a legally registered drone flying by. We don't have to worry so much about it. Now,
Right.
because it's monitored in the system that you're connected, because you're connected via Wi-Fi
I understand.
throughout your flight.
Right.
If this drone does happen to get into some trouble, now we can go back.
Yeah.
And we see, okay, this fool flew through, passed over the UN, and headed straight into those people's window.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But if you're just doing a live stream making people laugh, well, okay. Then
And
that's
also, Mikey, it'll stop people from coming to New York City and buying a drone from the DJI store and sending it up in the air in the middle of Manhattan.
No, it won't.
I tried.
No, it won't.
Herman just shot that out the air.
No, it won't, because if you go right into the DJI store right now, you charge the batteries in the store and come right outside in front and just start it up and go, that thing will take off in Manhattan because you didn't do the update.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
That's right.
That's right.
It's very, very
Oh,
slow.
did I say that?
Hey, Corey.
Oh, but they may ship them with the update.
The views and opinions heard tonight are not necessarily the
They
views and
never
opinions of everyone on the panel and or in the chat.
Mike, you would think that.
Yeah.
You would think that, but I don't have anything that won't.
But Mikey, it'll get to the point. We're headed to the point now with remote ID and with them knowing that people are downloading firmware and not downloading. It'll get to the point that as soon as you activate that drone, it'll probably be able to do it via satellite by itself anyway.
I happen to love the Go 4 app. I update my firmware all the time.
Right.
No problem. I get authorization to take off everywhere.
Listen, Mikey, I've been documenting this building, this construction site from the basement up. Okay. And now they started another work site across the street. And the guy came to me this week and said, dude, my boss had his drone out here and I fly drones as well. How come he can't take off? And I started to go into, for one, you need to know what you're doing. For two, you need to be registered drone pilot and or a 107 pilot. And he's like, well, what are you talking about? I fly drones. I said, are you a hobbyist or 107? And you know where I lost him in the conversation? He didn't know what the hell a 107 pilot was.
Yeah, he was confused.
Now his boss came out and saw me flying and said, how are you able to fly here? And I said, because I've been flying here since they started a construction site, and I'm legally flying for that company. I have authorization to fly here. So he goes, well, how do I get authorization to fly here?
Yeah.
And there I lost him again. Because now instead of flying, I'm talking to these dudes. Instead of, and so I was like, look, let me come back. Give me a minute. Let me come back and land, do what I have to do. I have to get a shot on this side, a shot on this side, and a panel, and then come back. So I did all of that. And he's like, well, this guy that works for me, the young guy that came to me first, says he knows how to fly a drone. And apparently he doesn't, because my shit hasn't been off the ground since we started this work site. And I started to convince, are you a hobbyist or 107 pilot? And he said, what is a 107 pilot? He says, I'm not even a hobbyist. I don't even fly the damn thing. I just brought it to film works job sites.
Well, the thing of it is, Lawrence, is that that's a mistake that's very common amongst experienced pilots.
How are you talking to me on a video launching at the same time?
Yeah, but we expect people to know what a 107 is. And the general public doesn't. You could say,
but Paul,
I'm an exhibitionist, or what,
true.
You could do any of that.
True, but Paul, he said, I'm not even a hobbyist.
That's
I just
why
brought the drone to fly my work site. And Mikey, this is why we need remote ID.
They call them
you have people like that.
They call them dabblers.
He's not registered.
Call them what?
Dabblers. They dabble in shit.
Yeah.
I call them dabblers.
You know, there's drones out there, so I'm gonna get one because it's cool.
Yeah.
It's just like I listen. I coach football, and I get kids like that all the time. They came out for the team because that's what their friends do.
Right.
They dabble in shit. They
don't know they're gonna, and they don't know they're about to get hit hard, right?
You know what? And I'll defend them on that. Kids supposed to dabble in things. That's part of being a kid, bro. You can't shut a kid down. You gotta let him down.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he's not really serious about it. And those are the guys that get hurt with shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Those are the guys realize, you know what? Let me work on this now. Let me go back.
You know what? That reminds me of.
Oh yeah, there's people who can learn from. There's people who can learn from watching. There's people who have to learn from putting their hands on things.
True.
And there are people who have to get hurt first.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's just people with God-given talent. They can't even got to train enough.
No, you're absolutely right. But
Ray.
But those people fall under those three categories.
Hey, Ray, I knew someone in high school who wanted to get into boxing, right? And he's watching any boxing fact. The dude was into boxing and he wanted to become a boxer.
He looked good in front of the bag, right?
A coach in the school, right? He's looked great in front of a bag, hurting the bag up. So the coach said, "Well, we're going to start a boxing team. And since you're so knowledgeable," dude was cool until he got in the ring with a sparring partner. Sparring partner hit him in the rib and he curled over. He didn't come back. Why? Because it's all cool until you get hit. Boxing looks great until somebody hook off on your chin or give you a body shot. And that's exactly what deterred him.
I bet you that guy probably never had a fight in his life in the street.
Nope.
I was in the street, I hit the side, head, and everything. I'm still coming back.
Nope. But he was in the boxing. He was buff. He could hit the speed bag. He hit the body bag. He hit the body bag, and the chain would be like about to rip off. He got hit in the ribs one time and never came back. He never came back.
That's a good one.
He was dabbling in it. He wasn't serious.
He was a dabbler. He was a bedabbler.
Yeah, Big Matt says crashing will teach you real quick. When you lose $1,500, you learn real quick how to play.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do.
I've seen a lot of people learn.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just saying to you that those are the three things. You know, you got people who will learn from watching the example. You got some people who have to get in on it to learn. And then you got those other people who have to get hurt first.
Yeah. You have to either realize it's not for you, or you better do something.
Or you're doing this the wrong way.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Like my boxing coach always used to tell me, and I tell these kids today, I don't train them, but I see them out there playing around. I always tell them, turn your hips. Turn your hips. You could be Jesus you want going like it, but you want to really give a person a punch, you turn your hip into a person. They'll feel you.
Well, ask them about them Mike Tyson punches.
Exactly.
But,
all hips.
Paul's supposed to keep the time for the drop, but he doesn't do that anymore. Sometimes
well, no, because
he hangs out and do videos and.
Well, no. The last times I was
lunch and stuff like
the last times I was doing it, everybody was saying, "Oh, that's Paul. Oh, there's Paul."
Well, you know what? It's because you come up with the notification in the middle of a conversation. They'll let the conversation ring.
Well, the clock doesn't pause because there's a conversation going.
I get it. I get it. But you know how they say a good producer knows how to wait for the conversation to die down and be like, oh.
Hey Ray, what do you think? Ray's been watching this for a while.
Yeah, they're trying to put too much on you, Paul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's it sponsored by? Those guys. Come on, let's do it.
You got it, Mikey. You had it, Mikey. Just go ahead.
Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
those guys. I made it back in time.
I heard you.
You got that one there, Sean. Got a drop for you. But yeah, man, I just
hey,
some
Mikey,
people dabble in a lot of things.
Mikey, really I'm sure you know a few bedabblers.
Dabblers.
Absolutely.
That's why, you know, you got these real estate people who will go out and buy a drone and think that it's cool to take their own pictures and their own video and stuff like that. And you ask them those questions like what Lawrence was asking, and then all you get from them is the because they don't know what you're talking about.
Or the Ralph Cramden, humana. Because
No.
you know, don't talk about Fight Club. Recovery One says. Big Matt says it's time for a drink, a clock, and a mic. So I don't know what that means.
Don't talk about Fight Club. Oh yeah, the first rule about Fight Club: don't talk about Fight Club.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, that was a good movie, man.
Yeah.
If no one's seen it, you got to see it. Fight Club. The nastiest part of that though was the making of the soap.
The making of the what?
When they had to get the stuff to make the soap.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about a shower scene.
No. No, if you was in a shower scene making soap, then
yeah, that's
something wrong.
That's right there.
Going on there.
The views and opinions heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel tonight.
Listen, I don't know what goes on in your shower, Paul, but if y'all in there making your own soap, hey, she got a sister.
He ain't making his own soap in his shower. You ain't right, Herb.
I ain't even gonna ask how you make your own soap in the shower. I don't want to know.
Oh shit!
I don't want to know.
Well, yeah, I can explain it to you.
I don't want to know. I'm going on mute, camera.
Right.
Sorry, something's wrong. Global Jones said, "Okay, boys, take the high road." Yeah. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Paul, she ain't got no sisters, right?
Recovery One says that's Paul's X-rated version of Fight Club.
Don't
Not
drop
good.
the soap.
You remember Indiana Jones when he was with the little boy and something was coming, the little boy's going, "Not good, not good."
So let me turn it back to drones here. So as far as the
thank you.
Far as the remote ID, does the Evo 2 and all the every drone coming out is going to be?
Listen, they probably 9 times out of 10 already have the chip. It's just a matter of activating it via
turning
firmware.
it on.
Via
Every
firmware.
drone, even the one you have now,
Yes.
broadcast a signal.
Right. So they're all
Once you are on that Wi-Fi constant, like they ask you to be, you comply. You're going through your LAN's approval. You're on a Wi-Fi signal. You're on the network. You're good.
Yep.
See, that's the misnomer, Michael. You hear everybody say, "Oh, I'm not going to fly DJI because they're going to do this."
Right. And Mikey, you hear a lot of drone pilots out there saying, "I'm not going to have it put it in my bird." Your bird already effing got it.
Yeah, I know. I hear that. And you got to go Evo for that.
Mikey, reading is fundamental.
Mike, you don't hear nobody talking on all this conversation I was talking about the punk and all those months ago. Where these people at?
Yeah.
Ain't none of them brought it. Yeah. The ones we chatting back and forth with Justin got mad because I'm at people, you know, all that. Where they at?
Yeah.
Ain't none of them brought it. Ain't none of them got it.
Only one I know who has the Evo is Kurt Blankenship.
Yeah, but Kurt wasn't part of that though. Kurt wasn't a part of that.
No, I know, but I'm saying he was the
that.
only one that and he's a true Evo man because he had the first Evo
one
before that.
Me and Kurt talk all the time. He got numbers and everything, man.
Yeah.
So he wasn't part of all that. People trying to shoot DJI down. You know what I mean?
Right.
And meanwhile, what happened?
He has it. Ken Dono has it. I'm surprised Billy Kyle didn't get it.
Billy Kyle has one.
Oh,
he had one for review. I don't know if he has one personally.
No, the 8K was given issues with everyone. Where I think the 8K was bobbing when it flew, it was
Go
bobbing.
on to Amazon and read the reviews on the 6K or the 8K. Read the reviews.
That
You're
drone is a
horrible.
bust. It's a bust.
Horrible. This
Back
drone
up
is
into-
twitching left and right. It won't stop twitching.
You gotta back up the firmware. You can't use the new firmware.
Yes,
Kurt was going through the same thing.
Remember, the specs are not even
Drone
developed
can't
yet. So the tech, hold on. Albuquerque says, remember, the specs are not developed yet for the tech. Whatever's in the drones now is speculated solution from the manufacturer. This is true, but after December 31st, you need to have an RFID drone. So these Aurtels and these Mavic 2s, it's a software thing, but more so DJI, like Herman keeps repeating, already broadcast. So it's just a matter of adding that broadcast system onto the UTM, the unmanned traffic management system.
The one that Herman got sitting on that shelf right there.
Yeah.
All of these drones that you have that have these radios broadcast a signal.
But
The other thing to remember too is that the manufacturer can turn them on and off. You may think you own that drone, but they just with a push of a button on their end, your drone won't take off. Yep.
Right. That's why they're controlled with firmware.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anytime DJI wanted to, they can kill every drone that they have.
That's true. That's true. If we were to go to war, if we, right.
For those who don't have the new using the Fly app now, it's totally different from the DJI Go 4.
But Ray, if we were to go to war with China right now, China could probably press a few buttons on a couple of servers or click a few mouse buttons and everything in the United States would be grounded.
Yeah.
Just that simple. It's all
They
about
won't cut their head off though, because they're making the money in the United States. They won't do that. But they're gonna make you comply with what they got going on.
And the agreements that they have will not allow them to do that.
Right.
And what about the Lychee app though, guys? Is the Lychee still an extension of the
Lychee's using their SDK file. That's the main structure of the file to do whatever you want. As long as they still allow Lychee to use the SDK file, it's open for them.
Open source, yeah.
You know, and
Lychee with that Mavic 2 Pro is sweet, man. You could just slide on the screen and turn the camera, and like just do real wicked stuff. You can't do that with the GoPro app. Can't do that.
What do you mean? The long press on the screen and go side to side?
Just hold the screen.
You just put your hand on the screen and turn the camera.
You could do that with the Go4 app. I've been doing that for years.
Yeah, but now they're doing it. Lychee's always done it.
It's always done.
What I find with Lychee is that Lychee was just like with the Pilot app, more for professional use.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Go4 app and these and the Fly app and the original DJ.
Right, those are consumer
level.
Those
are consumer apps.
Yeah, those are consumer apps.
But the Fly app is more like Lychee app now because everything's on the perimeter now. It's not all like crap like the Go4 app.
I did hear that, Ray.
That's why DJI did that. They didn't want to for regular person consumer. Why you need all that crap on your screen?
Hold on. Geeks Vana just said DJI will not honor the warranty if you use Lychee. I have a video coming out on it.
Yeah, but I got mine off, but that was 3 years ago. They can do whatever they want to do now, Geeks. I'm about that. I'm talking about right now. They can do whatever they want to do.
I got the freaking app.
Yeah. I crashed and I got a new drone. They all know the story.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Since I've known Ray has been using Lychee.
Since I've known him. I put everybody on to Lychee. In all these groups, nobody was using Lychee before me. And
so what did you do? So Ray, did you just say you weren't using it?
No, they could tell. I said my controller there. They know what I was using.
Right. Okay.
They didn't get not one problem.
Wow.
Not one problem. And everybody said, "Oh, they ain't gonna work." How do you know until you go
hold on. Geeks Vana just said they allow claims under DJI Care Refresh, but warranty is voided.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I still was using the app.
Right.
They say they're not gonna warranty the use
and because you had Care Refresh, they had to honor it.
Right.
And you know they got the Care Refresh Plus, Lawrence.
Yeah, but that's aftermarket sales, Care Refresh Plus. Or when your warranty runs out, then you get that.
Care Refresh is aftermarket as well.
No, what I'm saying that when your first carry press is done, that's when you get the carry press plus.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I just did for my marriage the other day. All my drones have DJI carry press.
Hey, how can it
and I crash them to get a new one before it's over.
And I use that shit. Oh yeah.
Well, you know what's funny?
See, you guys are reaching. The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel and or in the chat.
Remember what I told you about the television, right, Lawrence?
Yeah. I get a fresh one.
Same thing with Carry Fresh, because every time they send you a new bird, if it's a crash situation or replacement, they give you the chance to get refreshed. Carry Fresh for each one.
Yep. Yeah, they do.
Refresh that baby. About 1 year.
Like if you was to send your drone back to DJI right now for repair, the one that they send you back, they'll give you the opportunity to put Care Refresh on it.
Yeah,
but you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart. Cause they try to use my carry press. I said, no. Yeah, my carry press. I broke it down back and forth.
If it's a warranty issue, yes, I get it.
Nah, you're not doing that to me.
But if I
with the air, when I got the air, I had a problem with the air. You're gonna try to tell me you're gonna use my key. That's 2 weeks old, bro. What are you talking about? The camera give me a problem. Listen, bro. I said, listen, don't make me come down there. Don't make me come down there. I said, you trying to pimp me, bro.
You know what I'd have told you if I was him? We send stuff from Bang You Good all the time. Come on down.
You call up Ray, like, hold on, like another 10 miles.
Go down there real quick, bro.
I'm almost there.
Hold on a minute. Let me
I'd have told Ray, we send stuff from Bang You Good all the time. Come on down.
Nah, but he was like, no, sir, our mistake. I showed you the whole email. We misdiagnosed the situation. We apologize. Please calm down, sir. As a matter of fact, your birthday, check it out. Your birthday's coming up. So we're going to give you a $200 certificate for your birthday. So I bought 3 batteries, and they don't never let you buy batteries with these coupons. They let me buy them. Let me buy them.
Ray's the VIP over there.
Check it out. And I'm also DJI Select member.
They don't like you yelling at them. I realized that.
Yeah, they don't.
And then they see all those accounts that I have. Like, bro, come on, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
You
rented him for about 20 grand.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah. And that 20 grand to get you one drone that'll fly for 45 minutes. With one battery.
And some respect.
My box is full right now for the new drone. I'm waiting for the new drone. It's loaded with cash. I'm waiting for the new drone.
There you go, man.
I'm just put it to the side. I don't care. Yeah. I'm a big kid.
Ray waiting on that M3.
Oh yeah. Well, if it's coming, I'm getting it.
M3. Oh, the Mavic 3.
Whatever's coming out.
They claim that it's supposed to replace a lot of things. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
When do you think that's coming out? You're not.
Listen, until you, Mikey. Let's end it right there. Until you see them apply for an FCC license for the radio broadcast system, it don't exist.
Right.
You're not going to see the application. You're going to see after they get it.
Right. But I'm saying until you see someone post that FCC for an M3 or a new type drone, don't believe it.
I'm gonna get it.
Seriously, don't believe it.
Because
if that's the case, I can draw a picture. I can draw a picture of one and put it on Twitter.
I'm getting rid of my phantoms. Them old libraries, I'm getting rid of them. I got rid of one. I got rid of the next one probably next week if the guy still wants it. I'm getting rid of all those old drones.
Let me ask you a question about that. You bring up a good point because I got a fleet as well.
Yeah.
How do you build a relationship with them?
But you know what? You bone them and you disown them. All right. That's what I said.
Mikey.
Here we go. I thought.
Hey, Mikey. Basically, he just said, "Wham, bam, sorry, ma'am."
Exactly.
Sounds like a soap.
I heard all that money I spent, Mike.
It sounded like a soap story to me.
Yeah.
But Ray, isn't it nice to have a little look at my Mavic Air? Look at it. It's part of the collection. Remember?
Now. But Mikey, you can only fly one at a time.
After a while, the drone's gonna be obsolete. They're not gonna work.
Mikey, you can only fly one at a time.
The remote ID is not going to be in those drones. There's not going to be no update for them, just like they absolute that
You can't do a mod to them. You can't modify them.
No, come on. You're telling me my whole fleet ain't going to fly?
It ain't going to work.
I got drones
All
for
you
sale.
gotta
No updates. There will be no updates. Just like that standard 3.
Hold on, Ray. Ray, what Herman's about to say is all you have to do is be on a Wi-Fi network.
All you gotta be is on a Wi-Fi signal with those drones. You
All right,
get
but I'm
land
saying that
approval
one
on a
behind you, that's
Wi-Fi
standard.
signal with those drones.
That phantom standing behind you, ain't no updates for that baby. Right?
No, I'm not flying that. I'm talking about what he has.
I'm just hold on. I'm still talking about my story. Y'all cut me off. I'm talking about like that, the Phantom, not the V2.
Oh.
Not the V2. I'm just saying.
But the Lightbridge. He's saying all Lightbridge technology is on its way out the door.
No, that's not true.
It's not going to be no updates.
That's not true. They already broadcast signal.
I have a Lightbridge. I'm saying remote ID. They won't be able to update the signal for remote ID in those old Lightbridge drones. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I just know what I be reading. You read what you read. I'm just saying that if those drones, old drones can show remote ID, they're not gonna let you update them. That's what happened with that standard 3 and all the other ones. You can't update none of these drones.
Well,
So,
same
thing with the Mavic Pro. You won't be able to update that in a minute.
Ray, the guys with the Sparks too have experienced that for a year. There's no updates. No.
I don't care about the updates. They fly great the way they are.
No, but I'm just speaking about.
But Big Matt said Phantoms don't get updates anymore.
They're getting rid of all the old technology. They're not going to be putting no money into that software to do that.
You don't have to have an update.
No, I know what you're saying.
These drones already broadcast.
Yes.
Once you are on a Wi-Fi signal throughout your flight, that is all they ask you to do.
I got that. But I'm talking about updates, firmware updates. It's going to be
you don't care about that.
What? Oh, you don't care about it. Okay. Don't do updates then. Okay.
You don't care about that. If the drone doesn't have an update, it doesn't have an update.
Okay. Good.
You can't have a problem with a drone that doesn't have an update.
First of all, I don't want nothing without an update, Herb. If you ain't got an update for me, I'm not flying it. I'm not driving it.
Why? Because it doesn't need an update. If it needed an update,
every time your
give
phone
you
tell
one.
you update, what you do, you update, or your phone ain't gonna work right?
Right, because it has the update for it to have.
But that's
there
what
are people out there that have phones that are 2-3 years older than mine. They're making
pull out some old phones where you right now
into them with no problem. They don't need an update.
Okay.
They're just operating on their old systems.
Got you, huh?
I have to kind of agree with Ray, and I'll tell you why.
I have
an old cell phone, and the other day all of a sudden it stopped working.
Same thing.
They had to update it. They had to update my cell phone.
Technology after a while. I'm sorry. Yep. Even these alarm panels that I install, fire alarm panel, burglar alarm panel, it's forced for the customer to buy a new system because we can't update them anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about transmission system, Herm. I'm not speaking about that. I'm talking about firmware update to make these keyboards work functioning. There's no software updates for these things, so they're not doing it anymore. That's what I'm speaking about. I'm not talking about no remote ID. I'm not talking about.
I understand what you're saying.
Right.
And these drones are still able to fly. They don't need the update.
I'm just gonna say that you're more at risk of flying a drone that you can't update, opposed to flying a drone that you can update. That's what I'm saying. You put yourself at risk flying a drone that's not safe. That's what I'm saying. Now, if I'm talking out of my whatever and I'm bugged out there, I'm just saying that I'm in technology and you have to update these panels. If you don't update these panels, it don't work. And it's all software. If you're not making software for an old version, you at your own risk. So you're gonna check that box on DJI, you're at your own risk. Fly. Yeah, you can fly. Fly. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I worry about? What I worry about is, like, as far as I like the updates, but where the stance that where I'm at is I got a fleet of drones two of everything, and I just want them to fly. At this point,
fly. Like Herman said, they will fly.
Then I'm okay, and I don't have to sell them because I'm attached to them. I can't get rid of them.
But I guarantee you, God forbid you have an issue, you have a problem, your ass going straight to jail, not paying $200, not saying nothing.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Why? Because it's not why? Why would I?
Because they're gonna realize that the drone is not safety. It doesn't have the safety.
Oh, well, right. I understand what you're saying. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have a car, you get a recall. Don't take the car for the recall. Watch what happens.
That's a different story.
It's still an update. It's still an update.
But if there is no
update, it's still driving the vehicle, still flying the drone.
You can't say a drone has to have an update if there's no update for it.
Booyah! Booyah!
You can't say it has to have the update if there's no update for it.
All right, but I'm saying
Phantom 3 standards are still flying. There hasn't been an update for it in over 2 years.
It's not a safe flying drone.
I think what I'm
I know what Herm is saying. Trust me, I know what he's saying.
What I'm taking is that Ray is saying that those people that are out there flying that don't do their updates, they're putting themselves at risk.
That's all I'm saying.
I get that. But if the drone has no more updates to get, there is no more updates for it to get.
And I agree with what Herman's saying.
There's no update, right?
Lawrence, you're flying a Mavic, right? The original Mavic Pro.
Yeah.
When was the last time you got an update for that?
I couldn't.
Flies?
You can't.
It flies for now. That's my point.
You can't update.
You'll keep flying, but it has no safety features in it because the software is outdated.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a Mavic Pro update.
Probably won't even work after a while because they ain't got no software for the sensors, right? So little bit by bit, it's gonna work out, man. I'm selling all mine. I'm gonna get me a V2 like Herm got. I'm getting rid of these.
Selling mine too, guys. Listen, I have a whole fleet for
sale. Get me a V2 Phantom though. I always want to have me a Phantom.
Well, that Phantom still is the drone of drones.
No doubt. The camera wise, yeah.
Until you can beat that camera.
Yep.
There's no.
I want that. I don't want
that time.
It's about that time, guys. And Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
those guys.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I'd like to thank the panel for hanging out and discussing these topics tonight. You guys in the chat, thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us and keeping our company and keeping the conversation going.
Have a giveaway.
Without you, none of this would be possible.
Kiss the ass, JKS. JSK.
You know, JSK always sounded to me like a DJ name.
It's giveaway. I ain't giving shit away. I can't even tell you want me to give it away. You freaking kidding me?
Hey, guys out there in the chat, thanks for stopping in. Like I said before, without you, none of this would be possible.
This is true. That's very
And
very
I'll
true.
see you next time on Phantom Flight 101.
Goodbye.
With those guys.
Mikey, that's your bike.
Goodbye.